How's it going, people? We're back again, and another video with some more audio that we've picked up from the usual place, care group, which is run by Lisa and Vera, Telegram group. No surprises in this one. Well, it's shocking treatment from Kim, but it's like what we've heard from our own sources, that the way Kim is just two-faced. She attacks people from all angles, mostly of course when they're not on the call, but you upset Kim and she just throws everything at you. But she's so two-faced. We know that she's back talking with Tank again, and in this recording you'll hear discussion going on about Tank's current girlfriend. He's had so many girlfriends, and what these ladies don't understand is that Tank gets his ladies because of what he does. He's basically had most of his girlfriends since he split with his wife have all been around Life Force and Speed Project, and his latest one, Melissa Pinto, which is showing in the thumbnail of the video, but she's also done the video. She was part of Life Force with Kim. I don't know how involved, but apparently she was something to do with the UNN news, kind of. I don't know if it's news reading, possibly, I'm not sure, but anyway, she left along with when Tank went. We've already covered this, that he allegedly stole $100,000 of donation money, and Kim knew about it. And this is what we're being told by several sources now. Kim knew about it, and she didn't say anything about it. She wanted to bury it under the carpet. She didn't want people to know that someone stole money under her nose and she didn't know about it. Imagine that. The Kim system didn't work, did it? The quantum computer didn't work by picking up that someone stole the money. And this was not just like in one go. This is over a period of time. So yeah, so this is where we are in these audio files now about to play you. I've combined them all together. There were 3 separate ones posted in the Telegram group. Of course, we've just gone in there and snatched them. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of extra part at the end where it shows you Tank and Melissa chatting, where they're discussing the allegations that he was accused of stealing money, basically. She's gonna back him up because of, she's in love with the guy. It's a shame that he's doing this to these girls, because he just goes from one to the other and he's very unfaithful. We've known about this for a long time. He's a disgusting piece of work, this bloke. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to play these about 14 minutes of audio. And again, we haven't, the reason why we're playing the whole lot is just to prove that we haven't chopped, like what Kim says, chopped the audio and put people's voices in there. It's not what we've done. That's why we're putting the whole lot in there. And we'll come back and have a chat after we've played this.
I know this is kind of ridiculous, but I'm not sure if I should take this call or not. But Melissa Pinto just called me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know that she moved to the East Coast with Tank.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a while back, a couple of weeks ago or a month or so ago or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember that vision I had of
Yeah,
her
where he was
calling?
Yeah, and she wanted a job or something, and
Yeah.
he was cheating on her and all that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Lisa said that they might be. I asked her what time zone she's in now, and she said Eastern time. So I don't know if she's in New York with him or in Florida with him, because there's rumors that he moved to Florida.
Mm.
But why is she calling me all of a sudden? I'm sure it's not to wish me a Merry Christmas.
No, probably not.
No, probably not. I'm just curious.
Well, I asked if she was, if she wanted you to give her a second chance. And they say no. But if
Is
I
she
ask
still
her,
with Tank?
yes, and if I ask if they want, if she wants you to give her and Tank a second chance. I don't get a yes or no. And if I ask if she wants you to give Tank a second chance, I don't get a yes or no. So I think it's like seems like she wants you to give them both a second chance. That's what they believe. Because I also asked, I said, is she stuck? And she wants to know if, Kim will give her money to get home.
No, her parents have money.
Yeah, that's what I figured her parents would do that. But I asked anyways, in case she was too embarrassed to ask her parents or something. And they said no.
Do they
I
have a
asked
place
her,
to? Go ahead.
I asked if she wanted you to give her a job. And they said no. I asked if they needed money for a place to live, and they said no.
Are things working out with the two of them? Is there trouble between them?
Well, I asked if they were having problems, and they said yes.
No.
I asked if it's financial. I don't get a yes or no. And if I ask if it's because he cheated on her, I don't get a yes or no.
All of the above?
They believe so, yes.
Is she planning on going back to Australia?
They say she doesn't know.
Did this all just come up recently?
Yes. They believe so. I mean, she's only been there 2 weeks. How recently could it be?
No, about a month or something.
Oh.
I don't remember. Lisa knows.
Oh.
I don't know if she's.
How did she know she was here?
Hang on. She posted it on some thread somewhere.
Oh,
I'm so happy to be in the States, and I finally made it to the States to be with Tank.
oh.
Mhm. I got the feeling like she wants to know he's going to be okay without her, because I think she's his only source of income.
Mm,
Her parents have been funding the whole thing.
mm.
Hmm.
They believe you're correct.
Yeah. I mean, she
Why
doesn't
did
want
how
anything.
did he move to Florida without his kids?
I think his wife took a job in Florida. That's what it looks like.
Oh, okay.
That's what I heard anyway.
Oh,
Are they in Florida?
I don't get a yes or no to that, and I don't get a yes or no to whether they're in New York. So maybe they're moving. Maybe they're in the process.
Okay. Well, they're physically not there at the moment, right?
No, no, they're
They're
not.
not in Durango, right?
They say no.
Oh, thank God. Are they in New York?
I don't get a yes or no to that. So I thought they're maybe en route or something.
Mm. So things didn't work out for them in Florida. With whomever they were staying with.
I don't get a yes or no to that.
Mm. Mm. Well, I guess I'll find out.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just debating on whether or not to even take the call, because I have nothing to offer these people.
right,
I mean, I'm certainly not getting involved in that situation again,
right.
not with either one of them at this point.
Yeah, and it seems like if you take the call, that's all you do is step into the abyss, you know?
Right.
You don't need that drama.
No. Well, and I think her parents are more in the game than we think. That's
Mm.
my opinion.
What do you mean?
Well, from my little bit of research at the time, way back in the day, um, her parents have a decent amount of money because of their involvement with other people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling about, and I've had a feeling that, I don't know. I mean, I thought at the time when I did my research on them, that they were like Masons or something,
Oh, I see. Okay.
like real ones, not the fake kind.
Mm. Well, I guess that could explain, I don't know, some of the stuff. I don't know why it feels like that, but it feels like if that's true and Tank was involved enough, he may, it seems like some of the stuff that, and I don't even recall like what it is, but it just seems like some things that he said or known or whatever after, that you hear, seems like he was getting information from somewhere other than, local Joe on the street kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I felt like, how is he getting that kind of information? Or, when I've heard, like Lisa would tell like something that was put on another thread or something. And where's he getting information from if he's no longer with Kim? And those people, he knew that those people that he was getting information from before, a lot of them were, not telling the truth and probably wouldn't have anything to do with him after that because he could no longer give them information about you. So
Yeah.
It just felt like he was getting information from somewhere other than from somewhere. I don't know where. It just felt like somewhere.
Yeah. Me too. Yep, I think so too. There's more to the story here.
Yeah, that's what I felt like too. That opens up a whole new, okay, that explains that feeling, just that there's bigger picture and more going on.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just something. If I hadn't had that dream, I would have never even responded to her. But
Yeah.
obviously there's something I'm supposed to see.
Yeah.
All right. Let's clean up some shit.
Okay.
More shit. Hey, Miss Lisa, did you hear what I said about Melissa this morning?
I may have
know if you
missed
were
that.
here.
I've been here, but I was, I has a hard time waking up. I was up in the middle of the night. What'd you say?
I told you about that dream that I had, right? A while back, a couple of weeks ago or a week ago or whatever it was.
Mhm.
And Melissa called me this morning. I didn't answer because I was already on the phone with the girls.
Melissa, like Tank's Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
And what did she want?
I don't know. I didn't answer because I was on the phone with the girls. I told her I would not be available until like 12:30 my time. So after the news.
Jeez, I did miss that. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she wants to be, we'll come back and work for you, do your news again.
No. No. Sorry. Well, when we asked the guides about it, they said that she wanted that things were not going well between her and Tank, and she wanted to make sure Tank was going to be all right. I guess there was a combination of things: finances, cheating, various other things.
Yeah.
We asked if they were in Florida. They said no. New York, no answer. Maybe en route. We don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I did
There's
miss
some.
that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, well, I'll listen, but I'm not going backwards. We're everything right now, with everything is running very smoothly. We have no, we got plenty of production people. If we were going to step somebody up, there's plenty of people that have been training for a while to be stepped up into a different role,
Yeah,
so
that's not
I don't need,
yeah.
and there was nothing she had to offer us that was worth going into that pit. And,
No.
everybody's doing a great job right now. And
No.
and we don't need it. Nobody
No.
wants it on our side. So
No.
no.
Well, they
But
haven't put a show out since the end of August, so I don't think they really have a network anymore, just so you know.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything in months.
Well, I
Over
also asked if they were in Durango, and she said no. And I'm like, phew.
Okay, good.
Hoping they
Yeah.
didn't come, just show up here and expect something.
I don't think they would. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't think they'd show up at your house. Yeah, good luck, Kim. Good luck, my dear.
yeah.
Wow. Better you than us.
If I hadn't had that weird dream, I wouldn't have taken the call. I'm not taking it, but said that I would talk to
Yeah.
them later. She didn't mention anything. She didn't even say why she was calling.
Yeah. She didn't last long because it was just less than a month ago. She said she'd arrived or something. I don't know. I don't remember the date, but I sent it to you and Vera.
Well, doesn't take long.
They don't take up 5 hours of your day, but I guess that's up to you. So
No, not 5 hours. I got 30 minutes because I'll be back on with you guys at 1. So I purposely said it at that time.
oh
So I
yeah,
would have 30 minutes.
that's true. I don't know why I thought today was a weekend. I don't know. You and your my days are all messed up right
I'm
now.
about the same as you. I'm like, I don't know what day it is anymore. I'm
Is
just like
it? Yeah.
cleaning balls and shit's happening. So she finally calls me at like 5 minutes till or whatever, maybe 10. And I was like, oh, okay, how are you? And all this. And then she starts talking about her visa. She's only got a 90-day visa, which apparently they changed it for Australia because it was supposed to be it used to be 6 months before COVID. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, well, I have to exit the country and return and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, you should be able to just go out for like a week and come back. And she goes, well, we were going to go to Jamaica. And I said, well, how long have you been here? And she goes, well, since the 20th of October. I said, oh, okay. And she said, yeah, they searched me and did all this shit to me and whatever. And they told me I had 3 months. I was like, oh, I'm like, I thought it was 6 months. I said, but I haven't looked at all that stuff in a long time. I don't know if she was trying to insinuate like I was the one that did that. I'm like, I didn't even know you were here, because it didn't. So, you sent me that message
Like
that
you
she
would
posted.
care if she stayed for 6 years. You wouldn't give two shits about it, right?
So we had this conversation. I was like, well, the people I know that used to come in from UK used to go to like, the Bahamas or somewhere. And she goes, yeah, we were going to go to Jamaica, but apparently it doesn't qualify. I'd have to go to like Chile or Argentina or somewhere. She goes, and at that point, I might as well just go home. And I go, yeah, I don't know. I said, I know that my friend that had to leave the country, every whatever it was, then eventually got a work visa. I said, can you get a work visa? And she goes, yeah, well, Jody did something, and then she said we were undercut. I go, oh, okay. Well, is there another company you can use to get a work visa? Because then you can stay longer. And she's like, well, maybe. And I said, well, the other option is, I said, I don't know, about the situation with your parents or anything. I said, but I do know that if you can get an investor visa as well, that if you form a company over here and, you make an investment of a certain amount. I said, I don't know what that amount is now because everything's changed so much since the pandemic. I said, but I think it used to be like $500,000. I said, so I don't know if your father wants to do that, then just leave it there, as long as you show that you have that investment in a company, in America, that whatever the number is, I don't know, you have to look it up. She was like, oh, so we spent like 7 minutes talking about the visa. And she goes, well, she said that, I know you and Tank aren't exactly on speaking terms right now. And I was just quiet. And she said, but I want to know if there's anything I can do. And I said, well, UNN is running pretty well right now. I don't really need any help there. And she goes, UNN. No, I'm talking about for the world. I'm like, oh. I go, well, I'm sure you and Tank have a plan, to do stuff for the world. And I said, I'm sure you'll do great things. And, and I wish you all the best in doing that. And I said, I said, I've just been, working on my stuff. I don't really need help with that. And So yeah, I said, I've got a conference call, and I'm already 4 minutes late for her, so I got to go. And I wish you guys all the best. And oh, she said, well, I talked about the only other thing she said, well, we talked about getting married, and I could get a visa for that, and I could stay in America. I go, that's a really complicated process these days. That's what I told her. I said, they don't take that real lightly, and you got to go through all this hoops. She goes, well, Leah's making it difficult.
Who's making it difficult?
Tank's ex-wife.
Oh,
I don't know why Leah would make it difficult, but whatever. And so I was like, said, well, I'm sorry to hear that. And I said, but I do know it's very complicated these days to do it on a marriage. I said, you'll have to look into it, but you have to do like all these meetings and stuff and prove that you've been, living together as, a couple and all this stuff. All on the regular, they come and inspect. And I said, it's really invasive.
I get the feeling that's what I was thinking, is she should just get married, but I've obviously never done that. So I don't know, for that reason.
Well,
but I get the feeling she's looking for you to get a special visa or extend her visa or have access to do something. That's my feeling, is she was looking, is there a way you could extend it for her or give her a special?
She didn't actually say that, but
something like that.
I was thinking she thought that I was going to chime in and say, oh, I'll help you, but I don't know. I don't do that. So I don't know anything about her visa or her situation. And I don't talk to her. Like, if it would be different if, like, you came to me and you said, hey, and my brother's, whatever, if you're from Mexico, not like that's a thing, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, well, let me help you. But I don't know those people. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't know what she's going to do on a visa like that. I don't know. They do such harebrained, fucked up shit. I mean, I would hate to be involved in helping someone get a visa and, things all fucked up, and then they find out they lied about being a couple or something. I don't know. I'm not.
Her dad puts money in a plan, and then Tank steals the money, and then there is no investment money, and then all that.
Yeah, exactly. I know you do you.
Football. Yeah.
When you said that, that's the first thing I thought is, oh, that's why he's marrying her. He's marrying into money.
Well, she's supporting him right now. I definitely got that very clear vision that her parents are supporting this extravaganza. They are living in Florida, by the way.
Are they?
Just so you know. Yeah. Well, at least she said she's in Florida, for what it's worth. I said, okay, that's nice. So, but she was contemplating going home. She could have also lied to me and said she's in Florida and they're really in Jamaica or somewhere. I don't know.
Or they're really still in New York and they just want to take everybody off his tail. But yeah, who cares? I don't even care. I just think it was a fishing expedition, so to speak. And she was looking for you to get her a special visa, is my feeling. But I got the same thing when you were talking about just have them get married. It solves all their problems. She can stay forever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd get involved with like Sergey's visa or somebody, that we know, or, Liam, or, you know what I mean? Like Mark or somebody like that, because I know they wouldn't abuse the privilege, but I don't want to do something. They just do. So they're so haphazard and a little bit cray-cray. Like, I don't, just like Tank wanting me to get him out of every situation that he got himself in, which I did help in some cases, but
and it sounds like they're not friends with Jody, because you said that what's her name told you that they left Tank a while ago and they're not on his. I mean, they still complain on his thread, but they're not active there.
Well, she said she was undercut.
Yeah, so something happened.
I don't know what undercut meant. Well, yeah, I said, well, I don't know. What do you mean by undercut? Do you mean like they wouldn't take her letter for her company? She goes, oh, no. And there was another company that offered us employment. She was lying to me, and I don't know why she was lying, but she was lying to me. So she's like, yeah, there was another company that offered me employment, and I didn't, and then it fell through, and we were undercut. I don't know what that means. I think Jody fucked him over, and she just didn't want to say that.
Yeah. That's a feeling I
don't
got
want to
too.
tell me.
It's exactly the same feeling I got because they don't
That was the first thing I
know
thought.
that you know that they're separate. But what's Kelsey or one of the other ladies that works with Jody already told you that, but they don't know you know that. So
No,
that's why they're
don't pay
lying.
attention to any of that shit.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I just felt like she was trying to see if there was any way you'd help her.
Mm-hmm. That's what I get too, Nance. It's exactly what I get. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like, no. No, I wish you luck. I mean, but those are my suggestions. I know that all those things are things that work, and good luck, and wish you guys all the best. And I'm sure you guys will do great to get things together. Or not. But I mean, I don't wish anybody any harm. I just don't want them in my face.
Exactly. Or using
There's
your
a
name on their
difference.
paperwork or any kind of connection.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Don't have a company. Sorry, can't help you
Yeah.
there.
Mm-mm.
So, but you don't.
Maybe she thought
You'd get dragged in later. Trust me. What's that? Sorry, Nance. Go ahead.
Oh, I said maybe she thought you'd do something with UNN.
No, she said. I said, well, UNN's running fairly well right now. I said, we don't really need any more help. And she goes, UNN? She's like, I meant the world. Oh, well, I'm sure you and Tank have a plan for that.
So was she making fun of UNN or something?
That's the way it seemed like to me.
Yeah, me too. I thought, geez, that sounded like really mean and
like
rude.
A dig.
Yeah. Like, UNN's not. UNN's
Fuck UNN. Yep. That's what it sounded like to me too. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. That's not big enough for you. Okay.
I'm going to come begging for help, but not from your puny little company. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was putting UNN down is the feeling I got too. She was looking for you to help her. Yep. Same feeling I got. Exactly. I got exactly what Nancy got.
I don't see her having any UNN. I mean, I don't see.
No, they have Life Force Network. She's the co-owner of Life Force Network.
Well, then if she has a company, why can't she use her own company?
Yeah, that's another question.
It has to appear separate. Yeah, but they haven't put a show out since August either. So their network's not even up and running. The last time someone told me, like, if you click on it, it says taken down. So I don't think they're even live anymore other than their thread. I don't think they even have a channel. I was told.
And that's why I suggested her father, open up a company, make an investment. I said, it doesn't have to be spendable cash. You can just leave it there and they're not going to say anything to you as long as it has, you've made the investment and stuff. You can maintain the visa.
Probably doesn't want to ask her parents for any more money.
I have a feeling your parents aren't too keen on what's been going on over here.
Yeah, I
for years now.
She's like, well, I might as well just go home and see my family. And I'm like, well, I said, that's always an option.
Was she trying to get you to help her go home? Like, was she just looking for help to get home or something? Or?
No, she can go home.
No.
She needs help to stay longer.
Oh. She needs help to stay longer, past January 17th or something. Because it's 90 days.
Yeah. Speaking back to that her parents, I remember, and this happened on a Life Force call. I remember when you talked about blended and how we're going to do coffee around the world, and getting local farmers. And that was on a Life Force call. And the next day, her family donated coffee land to Tank so that you could do that.
I remember that.
Yeah, they're nobody, right? I knew she was, I've always had a bad feeling about her, but I'm like, isn't that a coincidence? They happen to have coffee land to grow coffee on and they're going to donate it to Tank so he can be part of Blended. I just thought that was very awfully suspicious, Yeah,
so according to her, their only issue is that they don't have, get a visa problem. Her daddy should be able to pull strings for her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure,
She wanted you to override it with a permanent visa is the feeling I get. If you could, that's what she was hoping you would say. Oh, well, I can fix that. We can make it permanent. We can put a special circumstance on it. You're a diplomat or you're this. That's what she was looking for.
No way. No, they're way too, that's, I mean, even Tank is like, he's like one of those like wannabe silver spoon baby guys that, just
Too shifty.
fucks up constantly and like he expects everybody else to fix it for him, like that fucking car. Never forget that. The impounds, the no license, the, bullshit. So. Who knows? Leia's making that difficult. I thought, way back in the day, she had given him divorce papers, if I remember correctly. Like, why? I thought they were divorced.
And how could she interfere with her visa?
Well, she's not interfering with her visa. She's just making
No,
it
the
hard
marriage.
Oh, the marriage.
The marriage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they thought that they could get married and then she would have, whatever to live here. But they do make it very, very difficult in the US the whole marriage thing, like for a visa. Yes, they will allow it, but you've got to do all these interviews and all this bullshit. They ask you personal questions and everything.
You got to go back.
I used to live in Arizona. I knew people that did that.
Where's their moles? Where's their secret moles that nobody else would know of? Or how often, when did you guys start?
Well, everybody knows that because Michelle posted them all over the internet.
Ew,
from their phone sex, remember?
Yeah. But they did, they have had a legitimate relationship. It's not like they haven't been dating online or whatever you want to call it for years. It has been real in that regard. Maybe she's one of many, but they were still like romantic. So she can prove that. But, and even the Leia thing, I don't think she's backing up. I think Leia maybe make it harder for him to have access to the kids because at the end of the day, she wants to be the one that he gives all his money to. At the end of the day, Leia is still, she's Jewish. She wants to be number one or wants the kids to be number one. So I think she's making it more hard for access to the kids. Well, if you don't do this, and you're not going to see the kids that much. And, I think she's just
that or there is a big number of child support or something,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And maybe that's why they haven't actually gotten married or whatever.
Yeah, but then she has to divulge her financial information has to be divulged to the court if Leia goes ask for more money. So she doesn't want to have to divulge her financial information. So they want to do it outside of marriage, which I understand because the court, if she asks for child support and they say you're married, well, how much does your spouse make? That's going to come up. It's just part of the process.
I didn't know that if it was or what. I did not have that. Amber was not working when we went to court and was not involved in any of my paperwork. Dave's wife. She was working at times.
But they do. So in other words, if you're married to somebody who works minimum wage, they're not going to give it two shits. But if they say, hey, you're married to a multimillionaire, so you don't even need your money to survive, so you can give more of it away
she's technically not.
Yeah.
Her parents are.
Right.
So,
but how is she? Does she have a trust fund? How does she survive? How is she funded? If it's, you know what I'm saying? They at least want to know. And Leia's no fool. So if they get married, she's going to ask all those questions. Well, who's your wife? Where'd she come from? How, she might even raise the whole, she's just going to make life hard. It is what it is.
Yeah. Welcome to how that, works most of the time. Not all the time. I suppose there are people that make it work. But
God bless her.
Out there that are sane, but Tang's kind of fucked all that shit up. Like so,
Feel sorry for her, but it is nothing. No part of that. I'm just glad they're out of our space.
Yeah, and if you were my ex and you were banging all these other women, well, crying out that you're poor. No.
I'm sure her parents have a clue and they probably are like, we love our daughter, but we don't want to support her boyfriend and his kids.
Yeah.
How did the news go, Kim?
Okay. I mean,
Okay,
I made
good.
up some stuff to talk about. So just, I don't know. It was a little spinny, ain't gonna lie. Not terrible, but I don't know who that was, but it was a little bit like we, were part of it.
Ready to run, Kim?
Let me just check the enforcer over there. Yep, he's good.
Thank you.
I just wanted to make sure he got the whole facility while we were waiting. Anyway, well, there you go. There you have it. That fell under the None My Business Act of 2023. Not. Wish you all the best. Hope you do really well. Do great things for the world. Rah rah. Look at life. Oh, Tank's a wonderful man. Like, oh yes, I can see that. I just didn't say anything. No need for me to. I said all I was going to say to that girl. So the situation you find yourself in now is untenuous. I mean, if she's sugar mama, he would probably treat her pretty well, But I clearly saw some other woman in their situation. And it wasn't Leia. It was like, she looked a lot like, what was that lady's name he was obsessed with? Connie?
Oh, her
Connie?
ex. His ex, yeah. She was a really young Latin girl. She was beautiful, but she was Latin.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Mhm.
That's the girl I saw. Similar to
Oh,
how
really?
she looked. And yeah, he showed me pictures of her once. That's what I saw on the side piece, as they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he's got several. Yeah.
Oh,
Poor girl. Poor Melissa. She should run home as fast as she can to her parents and hide.
Well, and she's talking about, we were going to go to Jamaica. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, between airfare and hotel or whatever for a week, for two, that's like,
And the way that guy likes to eat.
$6,000-$7,000.
Yeah, he eats like 7 meals a day.
Yeah.
Oh, good luck with that, lady. Oof.
Yeah. That would be not my business over there. That's what that is. I just remember those phone calls with, Michelle Walker, and then with Jen, and then with all the Tiffany's and, whatever else. And I'm like, oh no, I ain't doing that again. I even tried to warn the girl. So, can't say I didn't do my part. I like, it's just so low vibe and so like, really, I'm having this conversation with some girl you were having cyber sex with, and now you want me to go talk to another person? Like,
Yeah.
and then, how you do one thing is how you do everything, right? So he's just so haphazard in like every aspect of his world over there. Like, no. Want me to help with a visa? Oh, no. She didn't actually ask, but so.
No, she was hoping you would just offer based on hers.
Yeah.
I think they think or thought, you would just say, "Oh, I can put an exception on it and just let it ride for indefinitely, like, or give you special status or whatever."
Well,
that kind of thing.
See. You're running all these threads and with haterade, and you're in them all. You all hate me, right? You talk shit about everyone, including me. Your own selves. You did a fucking video with Teen Bubba, you asshole, and now you want my fucking help?
Oh, did we mention that he tried to steal the business and we lost a whole month of income and plus because he tried to put it in his name and then they shut down our Stripe account because of it?
Mm-hmm. I think that was pretty pleasant. Rankles. Frankie, no. Drop it. Drop it. Good boy. Honestly, my feelings, my personal feelings, if I'm allowed to have some of those, it's just so fucking shitty. Like, his whole world is like slime. From long before I came to long after I was gone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now he's living off this woman and her family. Yeah. I mean, it's just all so disgusting. Yeah. Go get a job, Tank.
Not even so much that. It's just, I could sit here and rattle everything off like an auctioneer and not be done. Just of slime.
It's dirty. Yeah.
Just not. From donations to fucking the co-host lady, whatever her name was, long before I ever showed up, or
I remember that.
All these women expecting me to fucking fix it, telling me what great women they are and that they should be in with Tank forever. I'm like, why do I need to hear this? I'm like, I'm sure you're lovely. But like, why are you asking me? Like, I'm like, what? Am I the gatekeeper?
I don't think she'll be calling back after that.
Oh. Melissa's parents will do anything for her.
Yeah, I think so too. They seem like those kind of parents. And her dad's Latin. Latins operate in a whole different
world.
Give to your children.
Fathers with their daughters, boy.
Exactly.
Not all, but most. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Latin families are just different. They'll throw it all into the pile to save their kid or whatever. That's just how it's just a different, Yeah. And she's daddy's girl. So there you go.
Yep.
I can say that from experience, just because, not because I'm daddy's girl, but because I'm one, so it works.
And she stuttered. I said, well, I'm sure you and Tank have a good plan on, what you plan on doing, helping the world and all that. And she goes, well, yeah, that's the plan to, keep with the plan. I'm like, oh, okay, good. Except you don't know what the fucking plan is because you didn't create the plan. That's why.
So I thought I should add that in because that's one part that I absolutely love about it.
So, this is a good place to kind of plug this in. There was some speculation, let's say, and rumors that were spread that I had secretly raised all this money on the side before I left United Network, which is not true. So we basically had to start from the ground up with virtually nothing. And I really want to thank the individual and the family that helped us week to week to get this off the ground and really invested just a lot of time, energy, and money to help us make this possible. And they did it because they believe so much in this vision that Melissa and I have shared to bring out this Life Force Network. So I am very, very grateful for that. I can't express it enough because we couldn't have done this without them because we just didn't have any other way. Right.
That's correct. And I love the fact that you brought that up because I know that they don't want people to know, and it's really, and I get it, but I really think it's really important for people to think that, wait, it wasn't done with the donations. This was done with hard workers behind the scene, and also, someone coming in and actually working really hard getting this network done as well. So doing the financial aspect of it, just so we could continue to do this. And then on top of that, we've got people on our team that have been staying up late nights trying to get this done. So I'm really, I'm thankful for them too. And we just wanted to make it very clear to everyone that this was done by our own hands. So I know you're going to look at it and think we hired people, we did this, thank you. But no, it was us that did it. So I think it's really important to get that off the bat because a lot of people are going to be thinking that. And one, the rumor about you is just disgusting on so many levels. But that's for another time.
So there you go. So now we've got Kim saying horrible things, not just about Tank, which she has not said to his face. I said that he probably wouldn't care now, to be honest. He's such a toe rag. The guy will go back in with Kim. He'll go back in with Kim, with a drop of a hat, because that's what he does. He's desperate. He's running out of money. He latches onto people who've got money, uses them. It's just horrible, and I don't know why people still follow him. Again, lunatics. Why are you following such a grifter like Tank? He's got a history of ripping people off. We've proven it in our videos, and you're still going there. Oh, Tank, you're so nice, and all this shit. You're just thick. All of you are thick. I don't get it. Now, one thing that Kim does not know, that we know, and we've known about this for a long time, and we can't, even though it said at the end of that video there about Tank doing a video with us, look, we're not going to comment on that, right? You leave it up to your own. We don't talk about our sources and stuff like that, but all we can tell you, let's just say someone very close to Tank, right? That's all we can say, as was asked if he and Kim had ever had a relationship. We'll just say that for now, as in, sexual relationship, that kind of thing. And apparently this is the stuff that he'd been saying. he couldn't stand the fact that Kim, he said this, Kim fancied him, and when he stayed there, it made him feel uncomfortable. He did not, I mean, he's a bit of a, what should I say, a Jack the Lad, we call it here in the UK. Someone that just, you know, if someone said, oh, would you want to go to bed with me? He'd go, yeah, all right. But Kim, he went, no, she used to make me feel sick. Thought of it, because he knows what she's like. He knows about her personality, and he knows what she looks like without all the makeup. And he just, look, not being horrible, okay? He goes for what you would say model type girls. That's what he goes for, because he thinks that that's his standard, that's his level. He's a sick man and very shallow. That's what he's like. He was not interested at all in Kim. He said that she once or twice flirted with him over when there was a drinking in the house, but he couldn't stand it because she smokes, she gets drunk, she just slob around the house, she doesn't make any effort, you know, for herself, only for camera. That's what, all I can say to you, from without giving it away, is how he saw Kim. And Kim did not like the fact that he didn't want her. A little bit different with Thomas Williams. Thomas Williams, he fancied the pants off Kim. She knew that. She loves people that love her. She loves people that want to be with her. Or should I say, as a crush on her. As we'll go into in another video a little bit later, maybe not for the next few days, but that'll be a cracker as well, and some really new evidence. Anyway, thanks a lot everyone for your patience. I know it's been a long video, but honestly, listen to it all again and you will see how horrible Kim is. She's two-faced. Some lady phones her up, Melissa. No, remember, we're not attacking Melissa here. She seems a really nice girl. We just feel like she's been led down the wrong path. But for Kim to say all these things about, and when she's asked for, I mean, is this what ground commander does when you take a call? You say all these horrible things about them? Your trust and things like that? No, you don't say that. And she seems a really nice person. So why is she doing that? Because she's jealous. She's jealous because Tank didn't want her. Because he didn't even, apparently, and this is what, again, a little bit more, is that he was trying to be a gent about it with Kim. You know, giving the signal of like, sorry, I'm with someone type thing. And she didn't like it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for now. There'll be more evidence coming out later on. But stay tuned. And again, thanks very much for your patience. Please share this with who you can, because people need to know. And hopefully Melissa will listen to this and she will hurt. The truth hurts. I'm sorry, Melissa. It hurts, but you need to know the truth. This guy is horrible. He's using you like he does everybody else. And it's so sad that it's happening to you. Anyway, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.